Please welcome to the field Fusion FC and
Good morning and welcome to Day 2 of BC Soccer's coverage of the 2025 Adult Provincial Cup Championships. We are just moments away from kickoff in the Men's Open B Cup Final featuring Gastown, Astro FC, and Fusion FC. We are once again coming to you live from a beautiful, sunny Minaru Park in Richmond, British Columbia. We had a full day of Masters level action yesterday on both the men's and women's side. Today, the focus switches to the open age teams with both the men's and women's B and A Cups. And referee Mo Moshini has completed today's formalities. It appears the teams will be staying on the side that they are currently on. There is a light breeze blowing across the field from this near side here in our commentary position directly across to the far side towards the team benches. Yesterday the wind was rather swirling, so we'll see if we get any changes in wind direction and how that may or may not impact today's events. Other than that, it is a beautiful sunny day here at Minaru Park in Richmond. If you're in the area, come on down and join us. We've got a full day of action. About to kick off over on the oval field is the Women's A Cup Final between Gorge FC from the Vancouver Island and Victoria area against Coastal FC from the mainland in the White Rock South Surrey area. And later in the day, of course, the Men's A Final this year between Port Moody Soccer Club and BB5 United CCB. But before we get to any of that, we have the matter of the Men's B Final to take care of. And it'll be Fusion who will kick us off. Fusion are in the black top with the blue shorts and blue socks. They'll be kicking from left to right here in this first half against Gastown Astro in the yellow top with the black shorts and black socks. And we're underway here in the 2025 BC Soccer Men's Open B Cup Final. As Fusion take the kickoff and immediately foray into the Gastown end. Bit of an unconventional path to this tournament final for both these teams. Both teams are from the Vancouver Metro Soccer League, but this will be the first meeting of the season between the teams. Fusion FC played in the Vancouver Metro Soccer League U21 division this season, en route to winning the U21 Cup. However, to qualify for this tournament, they needed to be a finalist in the Division II level cup of the VMSL, something they accomplished quite spectacularly, knocking off a number of high-profile VMSL Div 2 teams along the way. And not only did they make that final, they won that final. So now a third cup final this season for Fusion, having won the previous two in both the U21 and Division II VMSL tournaments. Ranging one forward, just cut out there. But Fusion doing the early running here. And a free kick opportunity now. See if Fusion can capitalize on this bright start. Looks like it'll be Brailsford McCall standing over this one. Him alone, so fairly good odds on him delivering this ball. The question will be, does he fancy his chances for an early attempt on target? Or will he shape in a cross? It is a cross. Not quite dealt with by Gastown, but in the end, a referee's whistle comes to their rescue. It's a little bit wasteful from Gastown. They haven't seen too much of the ball here in the opening couple of minutes, and they've handed that one right back to Fusion. Now a chance for Gastown. Their first attack of the late morning. Again, it's unconvincing from Daniel Foligno in the Gastown goal, but looked to have gotten away with it just about. Another chance for some distribution from Foligno. It's a little bit more like it. Gastown forward again. And that's came by Shirley. He'll start Sugiyama off, and again, Fusion going very direct here. Hayes. He'll win a free kick. Vickers with a long ball forward. And just about enough here. Foligno's going to come and deal with that. Flicked on. Gareth Allen Simons. Cut out there by Navarro as now Gastown settling in. And it's a speculative effort, but an effort nonetheless from Simon James. Again, Gastown looking to just struggle maybe a little bit with the high press, the pressure coming from Fusion here in the early stages. Another long one forward. You can see the plan here from Fusion. They want to get that ball up the field as quickly as possible and see if they can't win it and maybe make something happen. Another one forward for Alley to chase. Not entirely convincing from Barber and Grant at the back. Barber does just enough. Possession will stay with Fusion, though. Wasted there on this occasion. Grant goes long for Allen Simon. He's done well there, Gareth Allen Simon. Looking for support. Can't quite negotiate it. Clark can't turn the defender. And it's back with Fusion. Jordan a chance to keep this one in. He will. Will he take on Grant? Cutting inside. Needed a teammate for support there and didn't quite have one. Fusion will come again, though. Bit scrambly through the midfield, but ultimately it ends up back at the foot of Jordan. He's dealt with by Grant. Sugiyama. Sugiyama on the left foot from distance. It was a great strike, and it needed an equally great save from Foligno. Our first real test of the day. Great technique there from Sugiyama on his left foot. The full volley. And the referee wants to just take a moment here to address some potential pushing and shoving that often results on these types of set pieces. And now Brailsford McCall to deliver. It's a good ball. And indeed oh no, it wasn't a foul. The ball had looped out of play for a goal kick. Another chance for Fusion to attack. Cut out this time by Ruskoi, but Sugiyama comes again. James keeping him company. He'll reset in the midfield. Ali and Grant are going to chase this one down. Fusion will take the throw-in. And it's now a corner kick. So another Brailsford McCall delivery. This one too goes out of play. Well, they certainly are getting into a dangerous area as that one ended up in the back of the net, but it once again had left the field of play. Not quite the header Armstrong had envisioned there. And a little bit of the use of the arm there by Ali to try and control that one. Long forward from Gastown. Shouts of handball there. Another one forward. Foligno comfortably collecting. So the pattern continues that we've seen for the opening quarter of an hour so far. With Fusion asking the questions, doing the probing and probing, but no end product just yet. Another one through for Felino to collect. Jordan getting a bit of a run at the defenders. He's crowded out, though, and it'll have to be another route for Fusion. But they'll retain the ball. Vickers gets a chance to get us restarted with a throw-in. This one's turned over. Is there an opportunity for a Gastown counterattack? Armstrong. Can't quite link with Young. And once more, Fusion get the ball back. Hayes backing down Linney. Can he get the cross in? Defers to Vickers. Now one forward for Gareth Allen Simon. Wasn't quite able to bring it under his spell, but Clark has it now in a promising position. Allen Simon making the run, but the ball gets no farther than Weavers. And Grant's happy enough to let that go out for a goal kick to just maybe quell the waves of Fusion pressure that we've seen to this point. Long forward. Again, Simon first up to deal with it. Here's Armstrong. Space on the far side. He'll invite Linney forward. Uh-oh, that's a dangerous ball back towards Felino, but he's alert to it and has cut it out. Danger's not quite gone yet. Here's Jordan. Can he get the shot away? Bit of scramble defending there from Gastown, and then fizzed over the top ultimately. All that from a bit of a loose play back towards their own net from Gastown. Appears we may have a problem with the ball. But whatever it is, the referee is satisfied. And again, the distribution not ideal from Felino, but they've managed to come away with a throw-in, have Gastown. Again, they hand it back to Fusion. Attacking again through Jordan. Comes to Ali. Flags up for offside. Referee's played on. It's a great save. Now we'll see the offside flag, though. Oh, fantastic save again from Felino. He had no reason to think that wouldn't count. Getting very well down to his left with a strong hand to tip that around the post. Ultimately offside, but taking nothing away from that save. Ruscade can't negotiate it, and instead it's Fusion getting forward. Here's Jordan. He's hit the post. That lightning quick counterattack in transition from Fusion. It probably should be 1-0, but the post to the rescue this time for Gastown. The warning signs and alarm bells surely going off now in the Gastown camp. They have just not come to grips with the pace and the counterattacking of Fusion to this point. But now, Gastown ranging forward. Here's Clark. Will he deliver? He will. James just about wins it back, but Gastown not happy with the quality of that throw-in. Referee happy enough, though. Not the best distribution there from Litter, so Gastown with a chance to catch their breath. Leno just taking a little bit of the sting out of things. Sugiyama looking for Ali. Instead it's Rusquet. Well tackled by Brailsford McCall. It's left Rusquet in a heap rather, but play goes on. Barber's seen enough, however it stays in. A little bit of a mistimed jump there from Rusquet. Navarro now. Check that Litter getting Fusion going forward again. It'll be another free kick. Brailsford McCall straight away over to take this one. Here's the delivery. It's a good one. Just about dealt with by Foligno. Wayman will clear it the second time of asking. Space now for Gastown on the counterattack. Bodies forward, looking for Alan Simon. And that's a brilliant defensive header to quell that attack. And can Fusion get back on offense right away? Again, another great defensive play, this time by Linney. Rusquet. This is Wayman. Young can't keep hold of it. Grant tidies up. The flag staying down here for Jordan. Bowled over at the edge of the area. What's the referee going to do with this one? It's going to be a yellow card. Yellow card shown to Jack Grant. certainly some discussion about whether or not that was denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. There was cover there, though. Other defenders in the area. Jordan did look to have a bit of a step, but referee satisfied to keep us at 11 against 11. A free kick right now on the edge of the penalty area. Sometimes you might wonder if this is a bit too close. Tough to get the ball up over the wall and back down under the crossbar, but Brailsford McCall will certainly try. Nobody else interested. They'll defer to their set-piece specialist. Looks like it'll be right-footed. Foligno setting his wall. Surely a shot attempt here. And the delivery. It's on target and tipped over by Foligno. So now a corner kick. Riley Brailsford McCall will deliver again. To the back post and just out of play before Navarro can reach it. Gastown quickly got us started through Clark. He was looking for Alan Simons, but Alan Simons had gone one way and the ball went the other. Alan Simons harassing and haranguing, but Navarro gets it back to Shirley with minimal issues. As Fusion happy to just slow the pace a little bit as we approach the half-hour mark. Mentioned that Fusion FC had to reach the VMSL Division II Cup final in order to qualify for this tournament. In fact, they've been on quite a tear since the turn of the calendar page. Fusion have not lost this calendar year, en route to winning the VMSL U21 Cup, the VMSL Division II Cup, and now reaching the BC Soccer B Cup Provincial Final. We have our first change of the day.
Checking into the match, number 11, Rodin Majubi.
As Vickers will be replaced by Majubi. And this time the referee does deem that to have been a foul throw. Clark wins the header towards Armstrong. Alan Simon, the ball towards Wayman, but he won't reach it. Young. This is Wayman. A rare opportunity for Shirley to get his hands on the ball. Hasn't been too much in the way of penalty area action at the Fusion end. Certainly seen it at the Gastown end, though, where Foligno has made a couple of sharp saves already today to keep it 0-0. We also had that attempt off the frame of the goal as we enter the last 15 minutes of the first half. Certainly been Fusion on top so far. Ruscade. James finds Clark. It's a lovely ball towards Alan Simon, and he will get it under his spell. Perhaps an attempt from distance, cutting onto his left foot. That's a great sliding challenge to prevent Gareth Alan Simon getting that shot away. And now over the top. This is where Fusion look their most dangerous, these counter-attacking moments. Grant has to be careful, already on a yellow card there, but he's done enough to allow Foligno to collect. I mean, a great pace to this game, all half. Both teams looking very dangerous on the counter-attack. And, of course, a bit of a curse to the commentator there, just as I say that. That ball goes wanting. Lovely link-up play there. Here's Wayman bursting through the middle on his left foot. Oh, and it's a fantastic save from Shirley. The first real test of the match. Great link-up play. Lovely through ball there from Alan Simon, and it was Wayman charging in on goal, but up to the task on this occasion was Graydon Shirley in the Fusion goal. He'll look long. Linney. Armstrong has a bit of space. Another ball forward from Linney. Is Alan Simon on side? Flags down. Can he get the ball down under control? He can, and he finishes with a plum. Well, you would have to say it's come against the run of play through 32 minutes. But Gastown had been showing some signs of life, and their talisman, Gareth Alan Simon, strikes again.
Scored in the 32nd minute by number 9, Gareth Alan Simon.
And after weathering that onslaught from Fusion to begin the game, it's Gastown Astro FC who lead the men's B Cup 2025 BC Soccer Provincial Cup Final 1-0. So, can Fusion respond? As I said, they've been the better team so far on the balance of things, but on the only statistic that counts, they're behind by 1. Here's Jordan. Wonder if he's still ruining that attempt he had off the post earlier when he was in on goal. Another free kick opportunity. A little bit of frustration from Gastown here. Brailsford and McCall straight over to take this. Hayes and Alley drifting towards the back post, hoping to get on the end of this delivery. Navarro up from the back now. What can Fusion conjure? Comes the delivery, keeper stays, headed away, but only as far as Navarro, but he wasn't able to get any purchase on that one. And we do hope you're enjoying BC Soccer's live coverage of the 2025 Adult Provincial Cup Championships. Reminder, if you're in the area, there's still plenty of time to come out and join us here on a beautiful sunny day at Minaru Park in Richmond. Just kicking off now over on the oval field is the Women's A Cup Final between Gorge FC and Coastal FC. And coming up later at 3 p.m. will be the Men's A Cup Final between Port Moody SC and BB5 United. Fusion back on the attack now. Sugiyama with that left foot again. He had the first attempt of the game that brought a great save from Foligno. Another corner kick. Won't be Brailsford McCall this time. Majubi's going to take this one. Brailsford McCall's delivery from this side has been into dangerous areas. Unfortunately, both of them went out of bounds. So, deferring now to Majubi. In swinger, the front post, headed away. He'll get another bite at it, though. Changes the angle towards goal. Collected by Felino. Lovely bit of skill for the outside of the foot pass there. James's throw towards the goal scorer, Gareth Allen Simons. James. But twixt in between with that delivery. Grant now. Back for James. Alan Simons wants it played into the area. Not close enough to his orbit, though. It was a third-place finish in the VMSL Division II Pool A for Gastown Astro this season. As Ali now played through. Can he finish this one and bring us back level? Agonizingly wide. That really has been the story today. For Fusion, they've had all the chances. It looks like we've got a little bit of blood here for Jordan. The referee has told him he's going to have to go off and get that dealt with. So Fusion temporarily down to 10 men here as we await the corner delivery. Of course, there's an argument that Gastown Astros should potentially already be down to 10 men after that dangerous challenge on the edge of the area by Grant. It was deemed only a yellow card, though. And so we play on at 11 against 11, or need temporarily 11 against 10 here while Jordan gets some treatment. As I was saying, it was the third place finish in Pool A of Division II for Gastown Astro in their VMSL campaign this season. Rather disappointed effort from their club's perspective, as they had hoped to be challenging for a promotion this season, but they'd missed out. In fact, they'd missed out on qualifying for this Provincial Cup competition as well until a team that had qualified was unable to fulfill their obligations. And once given the opportunity, haven't they just taken it with aplomb as they paraded to this final and now lead it. The tricky draw, and they had to go to Saanich Fusion of the Vancouver Island Soccer League in the first round. And they had to play GFC United from the VMSL, who did, in fact, win Division II and win promotion. Beat them on penalties in the quarterfinal before hosting Ladner FC from the Fraser Valley Soccer League in the semifinal, and a bit more of a comfortable performance in a 3-1 win. And that's the story of how Gastown Astro have come to be here today and have come to carry the lead into the final 5 minutes of the 2025 BC Soccer Men's Provincial B Cup Final. Could there yet be more before the break? James. Young's got space. Build through James again. He's invited to take his space. Gareth Allen Simons, can he roll the defenders? Plays in Armstrong. Crosses into a dangerous area, tipped away. Not entirely convincingly by Shirley. Gastown now a chance to come again. This is really the first sustained pressure we've seen from Gastown, although they've turned it over now, and the Fusion counterattack is away. Sugiyama has space on the right. He'll deliver. Headed away towards Majubi, and he has equalized. It's gone through the back of the netting, but it was into the goal. And finally, the Fusion counterattack strikes. And it's 1-1, says the substitute. Rodin Majubi gets on the end of that ball in from Sugiyama. And I think the spectators here at Minoru Park were not quite sure if that one had gone into the goal. You can forgive them given the chances that Fusion FC have missed today, but it was on target for Majubi, and it's 1-1 here. You have to say, on the balance of things, Fusion likely deserve that. But can Gastown answer right away? Ruscade, he's won it. Fusion do enough. They come again. Again, it's been a breakneck pace all day today from both teams. Ali on the left foot. And that'll give everyone an opportunity to catch their breath. Grant looking long towards Armstrong. Good battle in the corner. Fusion have come away with it. And looks like a little bit worse for wear coming out of that challenge. It was a thunderous collision. You could hear it all around the field. And referee Momo Jenny has called for some treatment straight away. So a little bit of a breather here in the final few minutes of the first half, as it's certainly lived up to the billing of a final. We've had chances at both ends, great saves at both ends, some controversy regarding a potential red card that wasn't. And you'd have to say that when it came to that decision, just to the top of the area, yellow was probably just and only just the right decision. And then some goals. Two lovely finishes from Gareth Allen Simons first to give Gastown the lead before Renan Majubi answered for Fusion. So we're into the final minute of the first half, although I'm sure we'll add 1 or 2 minutes here for this stoppage. Goal scorer, Majubi. In towards Ali. Just about cleared, but only as far as Sugiyama. He loves it on the left foot. He can't keep it under the crossbar on that attempt. Looks like Dubois Phillips has come on to replace Jordan here, who had to go off to get that blood attended to. So a late change there for Fusion as we head towards halftime. Simons. Not the best clearance from Grant. He's going to need James to help him. He does, and he's also won the throw-in.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time. 2 minutes.
And indeed, we do have a couple of added minutes. 2 to be exact. Don't think Gareth Allen Simons has ever met an aerial ball that he hasn't relished challenging for. Long from Shirley. Cut out by Linney. Can Wayman keep it in? Up towards Allen Simons. Skid keeps it alive. Simon James. A chance for Ruscade to cross. A second chance is much better towards Gareth Allen Simons. And the header goes off target. What a time that would have been to score here. These are time for a last chance for Fusion. No one will get on the end of that ball. And the referee has a look at his watch. But he will allow this attack to continue. That should do it, though. And indeed, we have the halftime whistle in the 2025 BC Soccer Men's B Provincial Cup Final, where the score is Gastown Astro FC 1, Fusion FC 1. Stay with us. We'll be back with second half action shortly. And welcome back to the 2025 BC Soccer Association Men's B Cup Final, where after a breathtaking and at times breathless first half, the score is Gastown Astro FC 1, Fusion FC 1. In the second half, Gastown Astro in the red shirts, black shorts, and black socks will be kicking from left to right, and Fusion in the black tops, blue shorts, and blue socks kicking from right to left. And onto the front foot to begin the half are Gastown with a header on target. No! Just wide of the goal, but a great statement of intent to begin proceedings here in the second half from Gastown Astro, who saw their 33rd minute lead after Gareth Allen Simons had opened the scoring, canceled out before halftime by Ronan Majubi's equalizing goal. That's the tale of the tape so far, but what is there yet to be written here in the second half? Sugiyama, he's had 2 or 3 attempts with that left foot of his, including one early one that sparked a fantastic save. Will he be the one to make the difference? He did set up that tying goal for Majubi. Of course, if we can't separate these teams after 90 minutes, we will proceed directly to a penalty shootout. Surely long over the top. Ooh, James can't coordinate the bounce there, but the flag has gone up for offside. So Fusion look to have shuffled the deck just a little bit here, with Ali, who had been playing up front, now sitting in a bit deeper. Ball towards Majubi, the goal scorer. It won't reach him though. Let's go. Referee fine to play on. This is Armstrong. Check that Wayman. Great pace there. As Jordan into the area. And that is a jersey change, by the way. We saw number 20, Josh Jordan, for Fusion FC, their leading goal scorer. A little bit of blood on the shirt in the first half, so he's no longer wearing the number 20. He is wearing the number 7. Gareth Allen Simons, though, he continues to wear the number 9 for Gastown Astro, although a bit wasteful for the quality that you'd expect to see of Allen Simons. Handing that ball straight back to Fusion. But no harm would come of it. And he's on it again. James. Sliding it down for Armstrong. This is Young into the area. And the deflection out for a corner kick. And this will be the first corner kick of the game for Gastown Astro. It had been a fairly tilted pitch to begin the match, with Fusion really carrying the play through the first half hour until that Gareth Allen Simons goal. And now Gastown with a very dangerous ball. Was it over the line? They're appealing. The flag stays down. And now the counterattack. Foligno alertly out to play that one away. Jordan. And it's Rosed defending from Barber on this occasion. And Jordan's won a free kick. And it's a yellow card for Ruscade.
Yellow card issued to Gastown after FC 50 minutes, number 4, Martin Ruscade.
So, Brailsford McCall will step up again. He's been the man on the set pieces for Fusion so far today. He worked Foligno last time from a more central location. This one you'd think would favor his right foot. A good angle to curl and whip this one on target. But perhaps he will go for the cross instead. It is towards goal. It's a very dangerous one. Always tough for the goalkeeper on that occasion. Not able to come out and claim that and have to be wary of any small deflection, as indeed there was in this case, but Foligno safe hands in the end. And now a chance for Gastown to get forward. Weaver sees that out for a throw-in. And Gastown just slowing proceedings down a little bit. You feel that does favor them, or at least the breakneck speed at which Fusion like to play does not favor them. And Skid's got to be careful here, having just gone into the referee's book. Another foul in the midfield. You can hear Fusion FC coach Steve Miller urging his players to increase the tempo, increase the pace. And as we were just saying, you feel that does favor Fusion. A little bit younger, possibly a little bit fitter from top to bottom. Locked in an enthralling 1-1 encounter here at the minute. Looks like Gastown might be readying a first change of the now afternoon. But not before that foray is dealt with by Jack Grant. So Wayman will take his leave.
Astros FC in the 53rd minute, coming out of the match, number 21, Craig Wayman. Coming into the match, number 15, Yuki Kyoda.
And he will be replaced here by Yuki Kyoda. Here's Armstrong. Kyoda was breaking down this right flank, looking for his first touch of the game, but the ball did not reach him on this occasion. Instead, it's Jordan. And a free kick now for Gastown. Lenny looking towards Alan Simons, but cut out on that occasion. The wind now picking up here in the second half. Again, swirling winds here at Minoru Park. Earlier in the game, there'd been a light breeze blowing across the pitch from this near side to the far side. It's now coming in the other direction. And if anything, possibly a little bit left to right at the backs of Gastown. So the wind at their backs, but will they have the wind in their sails, as the referee deems that challenge to be just fine, and here comes the Gastown counterattack. Armstrong. Ruscade. He'll turn that over, though. Brailsford McCall looking for Jordan. Josh Jordan to his left. And he skews that one off target. I don't think that's the finish he had in mind. Again, Gastown doing their best just to slow things down. So who will win this battle of identities between fast and slow? And ultimately, this 2025 Men's B Provincial Cup. Jordan for Majubi, the Fusion goal scorer. Oh, and not one that I think he'll be putting on his highlight reel. Armstrong looking for Simons as the number 9 begins to peel off the back of the jersey of Gareth Allen Simons. Tough to miss him out there, though, the Gastown talisman and indeed goal scorer today. Simons flicks it on. Coming again now this left side with James. For Ruscade. Some space in the middle. Clark wanted it, but he goes back to James. Had to get that absolutely right, did Brailsford McCall. And he did. Sugiyama. Fusion will build again. Well, another heavy challenge there. This time from Grant. He's the other Gastown player on a yellow card, so both Grant and Ruscade living a bit dangerously here. Looks like a bit of a final warning there from referee Momo Seni. And indeed, we'll have a couple of substitutions now for Gastown. Jack Linney jogging over. It looks like he'll be one of the men to be replaced. As Bradley Williams appears set to join us. Just wait to see if we're doing this change before or after the free kick.
Double substitution for Gastown Astros FC in the 60th minute. Coming out of the match, number 6, Jack Grant, and number 2, Jack Liney. Into the match, number 13, Bradley Williams, and number 31, Matthew Blakely.
And now the delivery. Headed away by Barber. And Blakely, who's come on to replace Jack Grant, who was living a little bit dangerously on that yellow card. He'll slot in at center back now. Riley Brailsford McCall to Majubi. Chance for Gastown to play in Alan Simons. Kyoto. This is Young. You would just wonder if Blakely almost dawdled a little too long on that ball. And it looks like a problem here for Brailsford McCall. Looks like he needs some treatment, so he's headed over to the sideline. Not sure if it's blood again or something more serious. Does look like blood. And no substitution coming just yet, so obviously Brailsford McCall hoping to get back amongst the action shortly. In the meantime, Young towards goal. Sure, they had to be alert there to ensure Young didn't put Gastown back in front. You have to say that the pace here through the opening 20 or so minutes of the second half hasn't quite matched that of the first half. But here's Josh Jordan winning another corner kick. Brailsford McCall not on the field to deliver this one, so it'll be Majubi heading over in his stead. Fusion keeping several players back, although Ali now drifting towards the penalty area. Might he make a late run? And the delivery from Majubi. In tight on goal, Foligno punches. That'll be a corner kick again. Take two for Majubi. In tight on goal, but too tight. And not for the first time today. A Fusion FC corner kick goes begging directly out of play. Simons negotiating his way through the Fusion FC midfield. Williams can't deal with Josh Jordan. Neither can Blakely. And that'll be a yellow card for him. So having come on to replace the previously booked Jack Grant at center back, Blakely now finds himself immediately in the book. So another dangerous free kick attempt, and Riley Brailsford McCall has rejoined us and is standing over it instantly. This is about the distance from which he tested Daniel Foligno in the Gastown net in the first half. A little bit more central on that occasion. This time a little bit off to the left from a fusion perspective, which might just favor the right foot of Brailsford McCall. And the deflection off the top of the wall. It could have gone anywhere. So, settling for the corner kick. Brailsford McCall to deliver. And well collected by Foligno. James now. He's been full of running all day for Gastown. Can't link with Clark on this occasion. Young. Kyoto has space, but Majubi cuts it out just in time. Young will try again. Armstrong looking for Alan Simons. Finding Alan Simons. Gareth Alan Simons to his right, now to his left. And forcing a sharp save from Shirley. So now a Gastown Astro corner kick. Several forward, including Blakely. To the front post. And eventually into the hands of Shirley. Looking to launch another counterattack. And James does well again at the back. And it looks like we have a problem now for Alan Simons. It does look like it is that jersey number issue. The number 9 melting off in the sun, perhaps. On a beautiful day here at Minoru Park in Richmond. And Blakely goes long for Kyoto. Litter does enough there to earn the free kick. Shots of handball. Not given, but ultimately Brailsford McCall's ball goes wanting regardless. Litter. Majubi. Just about dealt with by Kyoto, but I think Williams has been judged to have just sneakily impeded Majubi. And it looks like Gastown readying another substitution. So they're going to remove Alan Simons for the moment as they work on a solution for the jersey number, perhaps.
Substitution for Gastown Astro FC in the 70th minute, coming out of the match. Number 9, Gareth Allen Simmons. Into the match number 21, Craig Wayman.
So Wayman rejoins while they work on a solution here for Alan Simons. And now Josh Jordan, can he get away? Not on this occasion. Young starts Gastown back. Skade, he's got some space here. Kyoto wants it in the middle. It'll come all the way through to Wayman. Onto his left foot. As he got the angle, he does! An absolute master stroke from the coaching of Gastown Astro. They would have preferred it to be their number 9, Gareth Allen Simons, but he had an equipment problem. Instead, Craig Wayman rejoins, and he has provided Gastown Astro with a 2-1 lead as we head to the final quarter of an hour here in the 2025 BC Soccer Men's B Cup. On that occasion, it looked as though Fusion FC had maybe committed 1 or 2 bodies forward that left them somewhat exposed defensively. It was about 3 versus 3 when that Gastown counterattack started, and the ball in off the wing from Ruscade came all the way through to Wayman, and he did the rest with a left-footed finish across the face of goal into the bottom corner. So, for the second time today, Fusion FC will have to conjure a response. Towards Jordan. Drifts over Vickers. Back across. Hayes finds Litter. The response here from Fusion has been a good one. Can they work an opening? Can they find an angle? Sugiyama. What a chance to deliver now. They're queuing up for it. The cross is cut out. A corner kick, though. Will be Majubi to deliver. Left-footed from the far side. Again, tight along the goal line. The second one up and under. That one's coming down with snow on it. But where will it come down? Ultimately, it will come down out of play. Blakely. Only as far as alley. Young. He's got Kyoto on the far side. Here's Wayman. He's playing hero at the moment. Kyoto. Ball across the middle. And that one's not going to count. There was a shove right in front of the goal there. Fairly blatant foul. Which is too bad because it was a spectacular finish. But it'll stay 2-1. And Fusion going to the bench again. Sugiyama replaced
Substitution for Fusion FC in the 76th minute.
by Anthony Rochetta.
Coming out of the match number 8, Rinto Sugiyama. Into the match number 51, Anthony Rochetta.
Having a real debate about where this throw-in is going to be taken. Eventually we are back underway. Young. Williams towards the goal. Saved by Shirley. Williams now with Kyoto. Cleared as far only as Rusquet. Oh, lovely ball there for Armstrong. From a Gastown perspective, they'll be fine enough keeping it down at the Fusion end. Just about 10 minutes left to play in this B final on the men's side. Of course, coming up at 3 o'clock is the A final between Port Moody SC and BB5 United CCB. We'll have the call. And here's Rusquet looking to sew this one up for Gastown. He's done well to the back post, and the flag is up for offside, denying Wayman a second. So twice now in the last few minutes, Gastown have nearly put it to bed. But Fusion still have a pulse as the goal scorer, Majubi, replaced as Navarro comes back on. That's going to allow Ali to head back up front as Navarro will sit into the back three for Fusion. You can see the leading goal has really breathed life into Gastown. They're doing all the running right now. For large parts of this game, it seems like it was inevitable that the pace and pressure of Fusion was going to win the day here, but now it's the younger side looking tired, looking like they're not sure what the answer is. Everything seems to be working for Gastown at the minute. Armstrong. Kyoto now. Hayes. Josh Jordan not giving up the running there. But it's come off a Fusion player and be a goal kick. And now a change as James, who's been fabulous for Gastown in that left back position today, he'll watch the last few minutes from the sidelines.
FC in the 80th minute, coming out of the match number 33, Simon James, into the match number 29, Jan Machala.
So Jan Machala on for defensive duties here in the last 10 minutes of this one. Navarro for Hayes. It's a little bit of a desperate ball forward there. But Fusion will get another chance. Young looking to shepherd this one out of play. He's nearly done the job. The ball has not gone out of play, though. And here's Josh Jordan. Surely a penalty kick. Absolutely. There's no question about that. The ball stayed in. Josh Jordan turned the corner and was ultimately clumsily bowled over. Some debate here. I think Fusion were hoping for a yellow card. It didn't look like a situation that would warrant a yellow card, as of course sanctions are downgraded when they lead to a penalty kick. So the onus will fall now to Jaden Litter. He'll stare down Daniel Felino. Can he bring Fusion FC back level? Litter. Lovely penalty into the bottom corner. Felino went the right way, but the penalty was well struck. He had no chance. And so some fantastic work by Josh Jordan to keep that ball alive, get into the penalty area, and earn the penalty kick. And with just over 5 minutes to play, we're back on level terms, 2-2. We'll see what that does to Gastown. Surely you think we'd see the return of Gareth Allen Simons, fairly sharpishly as well. Given that if we are still level here after the next 5 minutes, we will proceed directly to penalty kicks. Riscad. Plenty of controversial, or maybe not controversial, but key decisions today. And two of those decisions, the offside, of course, and the foul, have taken goals off the board for Gastown. And again, baying for a second yellow card here. Again, it didn't really look like a promising attack. Certainly a foul. Didn't look entirely cynical either. I think the referee's right here just to have a word. But it's funny how goals change games. Fusion were looking a bit listless there, but the equalizing goal has once again breathed life into those legs. And there's a yellow card, though, for those protests to Fusion FC coach Steve Miller. And again, a further warning to the bench that the referee doesn't need their input. So, Brailsford McCall now with another set piece to whip in. 5 to aim for, 6 to aim for in black shirts. Comes towards the back post. Wayman, he thought his goal would maybe be the winner. He'll need another one if it's to be the case now. Well, that's loose from Wayman. It'll invite Fusion forward. Hayes burgeoning through the middle of the park. And doing just about enough there as Gastown see off the danger. Jordan. This is how he won that penalty. This time it's a cross, and it sits up, and Fusion have come all the way back. Aiden Alley had the simplest of finishes.
Goal to Fusion FC in the 86th minute to number 9, Aiden Alley.
The build-up down the right. The cross that wasn't quite dealt with. And it's now Fusion who are moments away from a championship. And indeed, Alan Simons is summoned from the Gastown bench. He'll replace Wayman, and Sugiyama is going to come back on here for defensive duty on the Fusion FC side. Talk about a twist in the tail. It's been a fantastic final here. We've had it all. Disallowed goals, penalty kicks, red card decisions or non-decisions. And plenty of goals. And it's Fusion FC on the precipice. Still a few minutes of regular time to play, and then, of course, there will be some amount of stoppage time added. As Gastown looked desperately. And there is that second yellow card now. Finally coming. Fusion have been asking for it for some time, and on this occasion there wasn't much referee Moseni had to think about. So Matthew Blakely will exit the match, and that's not going to make the task any easier for Fusion, or rather Gastown. Litter. He took the penalty to equalize. Kyoto. Forward now from Gastown. Anywhere will do for Fusion. Sked does well to bring that one under control. In just 3 minutes, it's a bit of a lower number than you might have expected. We have had a couple of stoppages. Certainly a number of goals here in the second half, number of cautions, number of substitutions, so you'd have thought perhaps slightly more than 3 minutes, but it is a minimum of 3 minutes. And for Fusion, this is exactly where they'd like to spend that 3 minutes, as far away from their own goal area as possible. Here's Kyoto. He's fouled. The chance now. Everybody coming forward for Gastown. The way this game's gone, you wouldn't bet against one more stirring moment. It's a good delivery from Armstrong. Anywhere will do for Fusion. Jordan's going to try and keep this in. Bodies are still forward here for Gastown. Surely the delivery needs to come again. Kyoto. Into a dangerous area. And the decision's gone the other way. It did look to be a foul. There's bodies all over the floor here for Fusion. Thought maybe the referee might ask Jordan to come off the near side of the field, but he's going to let him walk over to the far side of the field. So, actually, it is Jordan who's going to be replaced. Brailsford McCall also jogging over. So, Brailsford McCall coming out and Jordan coming out, both limping somewhat.
Fusion FC in extra time.
So at least one more minute to play. Will there be one more chance for Gastown? It's the throw in for Fusion. And this is exactly textbook closing out of a game here from Fusion. Just keep the ball in the opposite end. It'll be a goal kick, though. So one last chance, surely a last throw of the dice here for Gastown as they get going forward. The body surging. Young. Skade. He'll run into this space. He'll keep running. Kyoto. Skade, chance to cross. Goes low, bouncing in the area. It'll be a corner kick. And this is it. This has got to be the last chance. And indeed, here comes Daniel Foligno, the goalkeeper. Everyone forward, everyone in the penalty area. One last chance. Go low with the delivery to Riscad. He had a look. He missed the net. And the final whistle goes. And Fusion FC are the 2025 BC Soccer Men's Provincial B Cup champions.
Fusion FC 3, Gastown Astros FC 2.
It was a fantastic final here at Minaru Park, with Gastown taking a lead in the 33rd minute through Gareth Allen Simons. That was canceled out before halftime by a strike from Fusion's Rodin Majubi. In the second half, Craig Wayman would restore Gastown's lead. But Josh Jordan won a penalty kick that was converted by Jaden Litter. And then the late winning goal for Aiden Alley. And the final score in the 2025 BC Soccer Men's Provincial B Cup Championship. Fusion FC 3, Gastown Astro FC 2. Do stay with us here for the coverage of the Men's A Cup Final coming up at 3 o'clock. But for now, from me, Tom Johnston, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.